everybody, my name is HardlyBardly, and today I am going to be playing a visual novel game I found a super long time ago. It's called Long Live the Queen, and when I found this, I thought this was absolutely adorable, and the whole reason I stumbled across it was because I was trying to find other games like Princess Maker 2, which I'd been playing at the time. And I love, like, the little racing sims and everything, so I came across this, and it was so cute with its shoujo manga style, and I thought it was absolutely adorable. And it's a visual novel that is also like a choose-your-own-adventure book. The only problem is, like a choose-your-own-adventure book, this thing makes you die. A lot. So, yeah, I would say you die in this more than you would in Dark Souls 2. So, anyway, don't worry, all the deaths have, like, cutesy little scenes. So, they're morbid, but they're cutesy. So, for anyone that's, you know, not into gore and stuff, you can still play this game. So, anyway, I'm turning down the music just a little bit. It will get a little bit monotonous because there's only a couple tracks in this whole game. I think there's like maybe 4. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start a game. And what's going to happen is I'm going to tell you the basics of the game, do an introductory little thing, and see how far I can get before I die. And it's been a while, so I can't remember exactly how to play without dying right off the bat. And they've actually done some updates since I played this game too. Well, anyway, I'm going to stop yammering around and let's get right into it. So it starts out with the King Dowager Jocelyn, also Duca Calori, speaking. And if you want to know any more about any of the characters that show up on screen, there's a little identification thing down here, and you can click on it, and it will usually tell you key information about each of the characters. Okay, so this is the Jocelyn, King Dowager of Nova, Duca Calori, age 33. His wife was Fidelia, Queen of Nova, and she's deceased. And the brother is Armand, Duca Mazamba, and daughter is Elodie, age 14. Now, Elodie is the one that we're going to be playing as, and her mother, obviously, has passed away. And that's basically how the game is started off, is you're introduced to Elodie, who is super depressed because her mother is dead. Yeah, it's a very cutesy looking game, but it starts off on a really dark note. So anyway, we have Elodie here, and excuse me, I did move the mic around a little bit, so I apologize for that. Anyway, she's so cute and everything, and I just want to give her a hug and, you know, keep her from dying, which is something that you really have to do in this game. But anyway, as we go on, Elodie, Crown Princess, and says her age, single, father Jocelyn, King Dowager of Nova, Duca Calori, mother Fidelia, Queen of Nova, deceased, paternal uncle Armand, Duca Mazamba, maternal uncle Laurent, Duke of Merva. Okay. It says Jocelyn, King Dowager, Duca Calori. I know it's hard to leave your school and all your friends, but I've arranged the best possible tutors for every subject. You'll have to work hard this year to prepare yourself before your 15th birthday, but I know you can do it. You'll learn quickly, and you'll make a wonderful queen. It's what your mother would have wanted. This is not what mother would have wanted. She wouldn't have wanted to die and leave me. And they all do have, like, little emotions for her, and there's a few other ones for some of the other characters. But something I like in this is that when you are playing the game, you can skip ahead on these scenes if you've seen them before and you want to skip them. And even if you haven't seen them before, you can still skip ahead, but, you know, you'd be missing out on a bunch. Anyway. No, she wouldn't, but sometimes bad things happen. We have to pick up and carry on. All of Nova depends on us, on you. Sigh. I will be here to guide you until your coronation, but the decisions you make are ultimately up to you. Come, your maids are waiting. And basically, if you've never played a visual novel before, it's basically you make a bunch of different choices to get to an ending. And depending on what you choose, you wind up with different results. So it's basically one of those old text-based games with pictures to it. And since this is an introductory game, I'm going to go through the introduction on here. It's a little lengthy, but still. Welcome to Long Live the Queen. If this is your first time playing, you should read this brief introduction to how the game works. Tell me more. Okay. You will be controlling ELODIE, the almost Queen of Nova, as she tries to prepare for her coronation. To do that, she needs to take classes every week in order to raise her skills. And over here, you're going to see which week you're on, your skills, mood, outfit, classes, log, menu. Skills are going to be, the skills she learns will provide different choices in the ongoing plot. Learning the right skills can mean the difference between life and death. And yes, they will. And you gain skills by doing different classes, doing different activities outside of that and such. Your mood changes depending on like some of your extracurricular activities, some of the choices that you make, and some of the interactions that you have, such and such. And your mood also affects like whether your skills are going to be learned properly too. Outfit, you can get different outfits over the course of the game. And log is, your saves that you can load up and everything, and menus, different choices. And anyway, this is going to be over here, so you can do that. You also need to keep an eye on ELODIE's mood. With her mother's tragic death, ELODIE is not very happy right now. The mood button will take you to the emotion screen for more details. And that's the mood screen. So she can be angry, afraid, depressed, cheerful, willful, yielding, lonely, and pressured. It says, ELODIE is feeling both afraid and depressed, but her strongest emotion is depressed. If she becomes more cheerful to cancel out the depression, her strongest emotion would then be afraid. And these are going to go up and down throughout the game, depending on the choices that you make. And like I said, your mood influences your skills and everything else. So, yeah. ELODIE's current mood affects her ability to learn. It will give her a bonus to some skills and a penalty to others. Let's take a look at the skill screen now. And there are a lot of these. There are a super lot of these. The skills are broken into 4 main categories: social, physical, intellectual, and mystical. Inside these categories are skill sets, groups of 3 related skills. You start with 0 and all skills. It says current mood, depressed, bonus to expression, animal handling. Penalty to royal demeanor, conversation, and athletics. And over here you can see the penalty it would be. So you wouldn't be learning these as fast if you took them. You pretty much wouldn't be learning anything at all if you took this one right now. But if you took this one, for instance, then you would get a bonus and be learning it faster. And if you took any of these, then it'd just be normal. Every week, ELODIE can study 2 skills. Normally, she earns 2 points in a skill for every weekday that she studies. So if she studies history, she will earn 2 points times 5 days equals 10 points. Because ELODIE is depressed, she has a -2 penalty to the social skill set conversation. She doesn't feel like talking to people right now. If she studies conversation, she will earn 2 minus 2 points per day, that is 0 points. However, she has a +1 bonus to the expression skill set. If she studies one of the expression skills, she will earn 2 + 1 points per day, which means 3 points a day, 15 points for the week. If you study a skill you have a penalty for, you could be wasting your time and not learning anything. If you study a skill you have bonuses for, you will learn much faster than normal. All of these bonuses and penalties will change when ELODIE's mood changes. She can also gain bonuses to skills by studying related skills, and check the skill screen every week to see your current bonuses. Once you know your mood, your skills, your bonuses, and penalties, you're ready to choose your classes for the week. And here's all the different classes. The classes screen, goodness, I get tongue-tied a lot, ladies and gentlemen, so I apologize for that. The classes screen breaks down skill sets by a category for your morning and evening classes. When you select a skill set, the 3 options in that set will appear on the right side of the screen. Choose a class option for both morning and evening classes, then click the Done button, which will appear in the lower right corner. Sorry about that. As you play through the story, you will sometimes see feedback bubbles appearing over the text. These tell you what's happening behind the scenes. There you go. Bubbles like these will show you when Elodie's mood is being altered by the events. Bubbles like these will show you when the story is changing based on what skills Elodie has learned so far. If the test fails, there is some option being missed because she doesn't have enough points in that skill yet. And you can't go back in this game. This feedback is very helpful in figuring out different options to try. But if you don't want to see it, you can turn the bubbles off in the preferences menu. I wouldn't recommend that, personally, because unless you have this memorized or you have like a printout on what to do, then you're not going to remember all of these. And this can be very helpful. Plus, when you actually get something right, you're just going to want to cheer, because that's what this game is like. Now, get ready to become a queen! And so we have Elodie, who is 14 years old, and she's going to become a queen at 15 if she makes it there alive. And you just gotta feel sorry for her. She looks so depressed, and most kids don't even have their first job at age 15, and here she's gonna have to be responsible for an entire country. And her mom's dead too on top of that. And it's gonna get even more complicated than that. Trust me. So, let's take a look here. So right now, we just have the one boarding school outfit. And we have classes we can choose for the week. And let's see, game will now attempt to save the log and open it in the web browser. Let's not do that. So let's look at the mood. Angry, afraid, depressed, willful, all that. So, let's go to skills. And since she's going to have a little bit of a bonus in a couple of these, let's look at these. So, over here, you have expression, conversation, all these. These each have little subsections under them. So, decoration, instrument, voice here. So, we're going to go to classes. And since I can't remember exactly how to do this, we are going to learn these. So, let's see, what shall we do? Expression, class options. Let's go with decoration. And let's see. Let's go ahead and go with decoration twice. Woo! Done. And I love these. They give they not only show you, bonus because you got depressed and everything here, but they actually tell you the lessons. And for each 10-point increment, they do another one. And it's so awesome. It's just like a little added bonus for it. It says week 1, morning. You discuss the nature of beauty, looking around at the landscapes, objects, and people, and comparing their aesthetic elements. This is, okay, and then we got 20 and 30. You practice sketching fruits and flowers with charcoal on parchment. And then you study this color, you study the theory of color, how they complement and contrast, and how to select colors to emphasize the mood. So right now we're at 30 in that one. And once you get up to a certain level in each of the classes, you can get a new outfit. And I'm talking about the main classes, not just the subsections. Okay. So, sorry, I burped. Elodie says, what's all that noise outside? Who's here? Oh, it's my cousins and my aunt and uncle. Lucille, Countess of Nyx. Darling, we're so terribly sorry to hear about your mother, Fidelia. Let's look at her stuff. Countess of Nyx, Duchess Consort of Merva, age 36. Husband, Laurent, Duke of Merva. Daughter, Charlotte, Lady Merva, age 13. Son, Emery, age 9. Daughter, Zara, age 7. Elodie's aunt. Elodie, thank you. Laurent, Duke of Merva. You look well, niece. Duke of Merva, age 33. Fidelia, Queen of Nova, was his sister. Lucille's his wife. And then, of course, he has the same kids as the other one. Elodie's uncle, second in line to the throne of Nova. And also, as you go along in the story, checking on these and remembering which one, like, different ties that each of the characters have is going to explain a little bit more about the story. So do keep track of those. You look well, niece. Hi, Elodie. Charlotte. Heir to the Duchy of... Or is it Duchy? Duchy? Duchy of Merva. Age 13. And, you know, it says all these things. Third in line to the throne of Nova. Hi, Lottie. I haven't seen you in ages. Will you be staying long? Yep. Mummy said we'll be here all month. Ah, she's cheerful. Maybe we'll have some time to talk later. And this is what I was talking about with extracurriculars. Now that you've finished studying, what will you do for the weekend? And these little stars show, like, different cutscenes. So you have the option of skipping these entirely, but you'll miss out on certain things. Okay, so you can sneak out. It'll have +2 the willful, +1 the lonely. Walk in the gardens, +1 the lonely, +1 the cheerful. Play with toys, +1 the yielding, +1 the lonely, +1 the cheerful. Visit the dungeons, no effect. And these will change as your moods change. Attend service, 1 to depressed. Visit tomb, +1 the depressed, +1 the afraid. Explore castle, +1 the lonely, +1 the afraid. Attend court, +2 the yielding, +1 the depressed, +1 pressured. So we can talk to our father, or we can visit Charlotte, Lady Merva. I'm going to visit her. I love this room. It's so much bigger than mine back home. You should visit more often. It's awful that the only time I get to see you is something like this. I know your brother and sister are still too young, but why haven't you come to school? My mother worries about me. She doesn't think anywhere but home is safe. And see, Elodie was actually in a boarding school before all this happened, and she got pulled out so she could be a little bit safer, as well as learn to be queen. Elodie, I understand. I'm probably not going to be allowed to leave this castle until my birthday. But at least we can have fun together. And another cheerful point. And notice the expressions change as one mood takes over another one. So she's not as depressed anymore, but now she's kind of on the borderline of willful and pressured. And her current mood is afraid. So I guess that one is slightly more points in that one. So that's what afraid looks like. So let's go up to skills, and it's changed again. So you see current mood afraid, bonus to agility and faith, penalty to royal demeanor, weapons, intrigue, and military. So let's go take a look. And there's actually slight bonuses because you've got some points in there. So let's go to classes, and shoot, I can't remember what it was. So we have faith and agility. Okay, so let's go to, let's see, agility. Let's go to dance. And done. You practice curtsying, standing, and walking across the floor in a graceful manner. You practice walking on the arm of a partner and following their cues to pause and turn while keeping your eyes closed. You practice different partner dance positions, closely held, at a distance, and non-contact, and the appropriate hand placement for each. Oh, and the music's changed! It's the darker music. Something's going on. What's that commotion outside? Father, what's going on? Juliana, Duchess of Versailles. I have come to pay my respects in honor of your mother. She's age 34, she's single. Father, Paulus, Duke of Versailles, deceased. Brother, Ignatius, Duke Consort of Meade. And she's a lumen, and you'll find out what a lumen is very shortly. Jocelyn, You have no respect or honor. It's because of you and your powers that my wife is dead. What? I am a lumen, as was she. And like every lumen, I am willing to give my life if necessary to protect our domain. Your line has been traitors for 200 years. I won't have you corrupting my daughter. That is for the crown princess to decide. Elodie, your mother trusted me, and I have much to teach you. And now we have the choice of one of the story branching options. Do we send her away, do we arrest her, or do we let her stay? And I am going to choose to let her stay. I want to hear what she has to say. She stays. And she has +1 to willful now. As you wish. And, you know, King Papa right there is pretty much like, I do not agree with this. But anyway, we now have the option to visit Juliana, Duchess of Ursul, Charlotte again, and talk to your father. And notice that now that your mood's changed a little bit, this has changed as well. So +1 to willful, +1 to angry if you visit the dungeons. And everything else is still pretty much the same, but if you get too much into one emotion or the other, some of the options may go away. Anyway, we are now at a branching point, so let's go ahead and take a look at what Juliana has to say before we end this video. What is it you wanted to teach me? First, I need to know if you have your mother's crystal. Lore test failed. So there's one of those, if we had been studying lore, we might have been able to pass this test. Instead, we completely bombed it. So, what crystal? The source of power for any lumen is a particular magical crystal. Once you've bonded with it, it becomes a part of you as long as you live. The royal crystal has been passed down from ruler to ruler for generations. It belongs to you, now, except that the king may be keeping it from you. Do you have a crystal? Of course. Oh, look at this pretty little sparkly brooch. She holds out her hands, light flickers above her bosom, and then, with a shower of sparkles, something takes shape. You reach out to touch it, and it dissolves away into nothing. Oh. It belongs to me. No one can take it from me until I die. You need to find the crystal that belongs to you. And now she's back to being afraid again. So, anyway, it's about time to end this game, so I'm going to go ahead and save here. And we'll name this save, First. So, I'll save that. And we're on week 2. And it shows the date and the time at which we saved. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be back soon.